Source: Cognosec AB, Publ. Press release notice of annual general meeting the 30th of May 2018. Cognosec AB, Publ. The shareholders of Cognosec AB, Publ. Reg. No. 55613548811, the company, are hereby convened to the annual general meeting on Thursday, the 28th of June 2018 at 1300, set, at Advokatfirma DLA Piper Sweden KB's office at Kungsgatan 9 in Stockholm, Sweden. Notice: shareholders who wish to attend the AGM must be registered in the Euroclear Sweden AB share register no later than June 21, 2018, latest by June 21, 2018 at 1600. Give their notice of own attendance and of any appointed counsel to the company, by way of mail to Cognosec AB, Publ. Attention: Darren Stillwell, 19th floor, 40 Bank Street, London E14, 5NR, or by email to darren.stillwell@cognosec.com. To facilitate registration at the AGM, notification should, where appropriate, be accompanied by a power of attorney, registration certificates and valid authorization documents. Proxy forms will be available on the company's website www.cognosec.se and can be sent by mail to shareholders who so request. The power of attorney must be presented no later than the registration at the meeting. To be entitled to participate at the general meeting, shareholders with nominee registered shares through a bank or other nominee must register their shares in their own name with Euroclear Sweden AB. Shareholders requesting such registration must notify their nominee well before Thursday, the 21st of June 2018, when such registration shall have been executed. Proposed Agenda 1. Opening of the meeting and election of chairman of the meeting. 2. Preparation and approval of voting register. 3. Approval of the agenda. 4. Election of one or two persons to attest the minutes. 5. Decision whether the meeting has been duly convened. 6. Presentation of the annual report and the auditor's report and the consolidated accounts and the auditor's report for the group. 7. Resolution ONA, adopting the profit and loss statement and the balance sheet and consolidated profit and loss statement and balance sheet. B. Allocation of the company's profit or loss according to the adopted balance sheet. A and C. Discharge from liability for the directors of the board and the managing director. 8. Resolution on the number of directors, alternate directors, auditor and alternate auditor. 9. Resolution to establish the remuneration for the Board of Directors and Auditor. 10. Election of the Board of Directors, Chairman of the Board of Directors and Auditor. 11. Resolution on Nomination Committee. 12. Resolution on authorization for the Board of Directors to issue shares, convertibles and warrants. 13. Resolution to amend the resolution on the number of directors, deputy directors, auditor and deputy auditor. Item 8. The Nomination Committee proposes that the Board of Directors shall consist of 6 directors without deputy directors and that the company shall have 1 auditor, without deputy auditor. Resolution to establish the remuneration for the Board of Directors and Auditor. Item 9. The Nomination Committee proposes that a board fee of 100,000 Swedish kronor shall be paid to the Chairman of the Board of Directors, 200,000 Swedish kronor to the Deputy Chairman of the Board of Directors and 300,000 Swedish kronor to each of the other directors. The Nomination Committee proposes that remuneration to the auditors is paid according to current approved account. Appointment of the Board of Directors. Item 10. The Nomination Committee proposes, for the period until the next annual general meeting has been held, re-election of Cobus Paulson, Daniel Holden, Patrick Boylan, Lord David Blunkett, Nara Jones and Lord Anthony St. John Bledsoe. The Nomination Committee proposes re-election of Cobus Paulson as Chairman of the Board of Directors, and that Patrick Boylan is elected as Deputy Chairman of the Board of Directors. The Nomination Committee proposes re-election as Auditor of Orlings PricewaterhouseCoopers AB, who has informed that if the general meeting resolves in accordance with the proposal, Martin Johansson will be appointed to continue as Auditor in charge. Resolution on Nomination Committee. Item 11. The Nomination Committee proposes that the General Meeting resolves that the Nomination Committee shall be appointed in accordance with the following principles. The chairman of the board of directors shall, based on the shareholding according to Euroclear Sweden AB as of the last business day in September 2018, contact the 3 largest shareholders, who shall be entitled to appoint 1 member each of the nomination committee. If any of the 3 largest shareholders declines to appoint a member of the nomination committee, the next largest shareholder shall be offered the opportunity to appoint a member of the nomination committee. The nomination committee may also decide that the chairman of the board of directors shall be a member of the nomination committee. The managing director or another member of the company's executive management shall not be a member of the nomination committee. The chairman of the board of directors shall convene the nomination committee to its first meeting. A representative of a shareholder shall be appointed the chairman of the nomination committee. Neither the chairman of the board of directors nor another director of the board shall serve as chairman of the nomination committee. The term of the nomination committee expires when a new nomination committee has been appointed. If a shareholder, who is represented in the nomination committee, during the term of the nomination committee ceases to be one of the 3 largest shareholders, a representative appointed by that shareholder shall offer to vacate his or her office, and the shareholder, who has become one of the 3 largest shareholders, shall be offered the opportunity to appoint a member of the nomination committee. Minor changes do not have to be considered. A shareholder who has appointed a representative in the nomination committee is entitled to remove such representative and appoint another representative. Changes in the nomination committee's composition shall be published on the company's website as soon as the composition has changed. It is proposed that the nomination committee's tasks shall be to prepare and draw up proposals regarding appointment of chairman of the annual general meeting, chairman of the board of directors and other directors of the board, remuneration to the chairman of the board of directors and the other directors of the board, appointment of auditor, remuneration to the auditors and principles for the appointment of nomination committee. No remuneration shall be paid to the nomination committee. The composition of the nomination committee shall be announced no later than 6 months before the annual general meeting. In connection therewith, information shall also be provided on how shareholders can submit proposals to the nomination committee. Resolution to authorize the board of directors to issue shares, convertible instruments and warrants. Item 12. The board of directors proposes that the general meeting resolves to authorize the board of directors, until the next annual general meeting, with or without deviation from the shareholders' preferential rights and with the right to pay also in kind, by way of set-off, or with other conditions, on one or several occasions, to issue shares, warrants and convertibles. The authorization shall be limited to 50 million shares, or warrants or convertibles that entitle to subscribe for or convert into a corresponding number of shares, however limited by the amount of shares allowed to be issued according to the company's articles of association. A valid resolution by the general meeting requires that shareholders holding not less than 2/3 of both the votes cast and the shares represented at the general meeting vote in favor of the proposal. Resolution to amend the Articles of Association. Item 13. The Board of Directors proposes that the general meeting resolves to amend the Articles of Association by adopting the new company name, Cyber 1 AB. In the event that this name cannot be registered with the Swedish Companies Registration Office, SW Bolagsverket, the following names shall be adopted in the following order, depending on if they can be registered with Bolagsverket: Cyber 1 AB, Cyber Security 1 AB, and Cyber Security 1 AB. A valid resolution by the general meeting requires that shareholders holding not less than 2/3 of both the votes cast and the shares represented at the general meeting vote in favor of the proposal. statement on the total number of shares and votes in Cognosec AB. As of the date of this notice, Cognosec AB has a total of 262,817,743 shares and 262,817,743 votes. General the accounts and auditor, items 8 to 9, and complete proposal for a decision, points 13 to 14, kept available at the company's office, C.O. Secure Trading, 19th floor, 40 Bank Street. And on the company's website, www.cognosec.se. Date of effect Wednesday, June 8, 2018, and sent to shareholders who so request and state their address. This notice is an adaptation to English from the Swedish original. The Swedish version remains legally binding to the company. Stockholm, May 2018. Board of Directors Certified Advisor Mangold Fund Commission AB is the company's certified advisor. Telephone 4608-5030-1550. Email info@mangold.se. For further information, please contact European Investor Relations Contact Tim Metcalf, Miles Nolan IR. Contacts Cognosec AB. Email cognosec@investor-focus.co.uk. US Investor Relations Contact Matt Glover or Najim Moss. Demand, CFA Leolios Group, Inc. 949-574-3860. cogs@leolios.com. About Cognosec. Cognosec AB, Publ, is engaged in providing cyber resilience solutions and conducts its operations through physical presences in Sweden, South Africa, UK, Kenya, Germany, Austria and the United Arab Emirates. Listed on Nasdaq First North, Nasdaq, Cogs Street, and is an American Depository Receipt, OTCQX, CYBNY. The group delivers services and technology licenses to enhance clients' protections against unwanted intrusions, to provide and enhance cyber resilience and to prevent various forms of information theft. Cognosec AB had revenues of €17.2 million in 2017 and employed 173 personnel at the end of Q1 2018. For further